Yeah, we are here in the Georgia Guidestones. Where we at exactly?
Elberton County.
Elberton County. And this is Georgia. This is the heart of Redneckville.
Yep.
You know, and pretty much, you know, we just came out here, you know, to film. We was trying to get the English side, you know, but for some reason the feed wasn't going on that side. So we got the Spanish. And then we got whatever that language is there. Swahili. All right. So I don't speak Swahili, so
I'll pull it up on my phone.
So yeah, pull that up so we can read that. Yeah, I'm pretty much people think that this is just something that people put up. They just erect it, just to have out here, just as something to do, But everything that this devil does is all by calculation. They calculated all this. If Reup, could you move to the side for a minute? If you look over there where the brother Reup was, there's like about 3/4 of the way down. There's a slot cut in to the stone there, to that pillar, and there's like a hole in it, and then you could see like when there's the winter and the summer solstice come in, and then when you look up above. There's right on to the side of the left side of the pillar. There's another slot up there for the North Star. So this stuff, when it was set up on purpose, because these devils, the way they do things on the left hand side. Can somebody get that in the apocrypha? One set against another. There's a couple of them. There's one, I believe, in Ecclesiastes 42. And then there's one, I believe, in Ecclesiastes either 33 or 34, where it speaks about good set against evil, and life against death. So if y'all brothers could pull that up, because everything this devil does is all about witchcraft. It's all about witchcraft. They're about keeping this society and this kingdom going. This kingdom and this so-called New World Order that's set up, it's basically set up, they use America as a catapult, or as they call it, the patsy, to get the New World Order cracking. Because this is where they use America to push out all these different things that they're pushing out there, their agenda. And that agenda is not going to work. Did brothers find that scripture?
Yeah.
All right. There's 2 of them. All right, bring that one out.
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes 33 and 14. It says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
That's right. And that's what's happening. So it goes back to what? Jacob and Esau.
Yep.
The 2 forces, the forces of good and the forces of evil.
Cain and Abel.
Everything is done. Everything has a perfect balance. Somebody get Genesis, the 3rd chapter. What is it, 20-something? Where the Alahayim was speaking. Yahweh and Alahayim was speaking about the man has become as one of us.
No one good and evil.
Yeah.
It's speaking to Eve.
Skipping. All right, so you still getting it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
It's a little bit more on that. This is Ecclesiastes 33 and 15. Matter of fact, I'll just read 14 again. It says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Right.
So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, one against another.
Right. So I mean, this is saying that the connection is lost, but we got a backup. So regardless of if it connection failed, please try again. Go. Let me bring it over here. But y'all brothers got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, come on, I read it again.
Read it again, yeah.
All right, Ecclesiastes 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly.
Yeah, because when you go back to the beginning, there were 2 brothers. Their name Cain and Abel. And that was really the beginning of wickedness and righteousness. And prior to that, there was no knowledge of wickedness, because the people that were created only knew the right way to do things, the right hand of the tree of knowledge.
Known as the sons of God.
Right.
And
That's
those
right.
individuals known as the sons of evil, or the sons of the wicked.
That's right. All right. So somebody get the one in
I got it in Genesis.
in Genesis. All right.
Yeah, Genesis 3:22, and the Most High said, "Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil."
Why? Because the angels knew both sides of the tree. Matter of fact, read the first verse.
Gone. Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
And they're still that way today.
Yep.
That's why when you read the scriptures in Revelation gives you parabolic talk or symbolic talk of who the devil is today. There's a people on this earth that represent the sons and the children and the daughters and the babies of the devil. Somebody get Matthew 13:38 real quick before you read on. So there's a people here on the earth that represent that side, that represent that entity, that represent that demonic energy. And that's why they're putting up Georgia Guidestones and different things around the world, and they have this agenda to destroy the majority of the population, because they want to bring it down to a small number of people where they could actually control. Who has that scripture?
I got it. This is Matthew 13:38. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked.
So you have the children of the kingdom, which are the children of the Most High, which are the sons of God, which are the Israelites, and you have the sons of the devil, the sons of Satan, the sons of the wicked, which is Esau. There's three classifications of men on the earth. You have the sons of the power, or the sons of God, which is the Israelites, which came through the righteous line of Adam. Then you have the sons of men, which are the other nations. All other nations represent the sons of men. Then you have the sons of the wicked, which represent the Edomites, the so-called white man. Right. Those are the sons of the wicked, and they're the ones that have pushed out this vibration on the planet Earth through their witchcraft, through their Freemasonry, through this whole agenda of the Illuminati. They're the ones that have been pushing out, destroying people, taking people's resources, taking their lands, And this is where we're at. We're at the point now where the righteous vibration of Yahweh Bashem El Shai is being brought up high, and the wicked vibration is being brought low, because there's going to be a change of energies in the earth. There's a new energy coming to the earth, and that new energy that's coming to the earth is righteousness.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You got it, bro. Where you at?
All right, this is verse 39. It says, the enemy that soweth them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels.
Right, the harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels, because the angels are going to come back. They're going to sever the wicked from the righteous, But the point is that you have the sons of the wicked, and you have the sons of the righteous, and that's the two opposing forces of the earth. That's the two opposing forces of the universe. But the thing is, in the spiritual realm, everything is righteous, So the wicked entities and the righteous entities work together, But on earth, the wicked entities fight against the righteous entities, and the righteous entities fight against the wicked entities, So, and that's where we're at now, where there's going to be a complete change of worlds. And these people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear the truth. So this devil, when he set this place up, America, America was set up for the sole purpose of bringing in the New World Order. That's where they left from over in Europe, came to this side of the world, took the land of these so-called North American Indians, which are the tribe of Gad, to set up their agenda. And their agenda consists of witchcraft. It consists of Freemasonry. It consists of this New Age movement. It consists of the age of reason. The age of transhumanism, where they're trying to be like the Most High. They're trying to do away with everything that has to do anything with the Most High, and have people believe in just what they can see and what they can think of.
Well, I was gonna say, on the other stone over there, they called these stones represent the age of reason, like the apostle just went into. That's what this, even us being here, that's what this is here for. It's a staple of the New World's Order, which goes into the age of reasoning.
Does anybody have this online? Can anybody get online to get this?
I got it. To my business.
In English? Yeah, the English.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
I got it too.
Start at the top.
All right.
Hey, because this man, everything that this devil been doing, they've been planning and plotting this for a while. You know, they have a term, what is it? They have a term, but they also have an agenda called eugenics. Eugenics, E-U means good, and genics means genes, good genes, because they're trying to do away with what they call undesirables. And who do you think the undesirables are? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You know, and anybody that doesn't go along with the New World agenda, a New World Order agenda. And that's what's happening right now. Go ahead, brother.
It says the first one is maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature.
Right, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Why? Because it ain't about nature. Somebody was breaking it down, I forgot who it was. They said that the population of the world right now as it is, everybody can fit
in Texas.
In Texas, you know, comfortably.
Yeah.
Just in the state of Texas, the whole population of the world could fit there comfortably. So it's not about that, you know. It's just about these devils, because these devils are greedy, you know. And what they're doing, they're manipulating seeds. They're growing food the inorganic way, you know. And what these foods are doing is they're destroying the minds and they're destroying the bodies of the people, their organs and all of that. You know, because this devil is greedy. Yeah. You know, but they have that agenda. Matter of fact, brother, Atazom, I sent you an article on there on eugenics. If you could pull that up.
Can I bring out precept?
Yeah, Babakusha.
It says Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
That's right.
And cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
That's right, and that's what he's doing.
And that's what even this is, you know, the fact that he's putting in all the languages, because he's gathering all the nations together in his new world order.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. I got one more if your brothers don't mind. This is Psalms 64:2. And it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword.
Meaning they sharpen their tongue like a sword. You know, and how are they sharpen it? By the things that they say. They get together in think tanks, and what do you think they do in them think tanks? Right. They plan on what to do in the world on the world stage. You know, what they want to do and what they want to bring in the world. You know, that's what they're doing. You know, you got it.
And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Right, because their main goal is what? To come at the perfect. Who's the perfect? Israel, the Israelites. Matter of fact, somebody gets 2nd Ezra 16 and 70. What is it? 68. Go ahead.
Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Why? Because they look. I don't know if they went up there and told y'all. But these devils sold their birthright. Right. And they're trying to get that birthright. And the person or people that are in the way of them getting that birthright, which are the Israelites, they need to get them out of there somehow, some way, so that they can get the birthright back. So that's what it is. You know, it's a battle against good against evil. And it's always been that way.
That's true.
You know, and that's what, did we finish that in Genesis 3?
No, we didn't.
We're gonna read that real quick before we go back to that, brother.
Genesis 3 and 21. It's like I'll start 22. And the Most High said, behold, the man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. Right,
and eat and live forever. Because when you go back, the devil came to Eve, which is the weaker vessel, and he told her, look, has the Lord said, you know, he played her. He said, has the Lord said you should not eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil? And she said, no, he said we're not supposed to eat it because we're going to die if we eat it. So he was playing on her, you know? And he said, no, you're not going to die because the Lord knows that when you eat of it, you're going to know good and evil. Which he was right, that they would know good and evil, but that was death. Why? Because they were going against what the Heavenly Father had said. You know? What's that?
He said you shall become gods.
Right. Because that's the perfect balance. That's why when you go into the heavens, you have a council on the right hand and the left hand. There's what? Good and evil. You know? So that's the perfect balance. That's That's why we're going through what we're going through right now. We're learning the wicked side of the tree, so that when we get back to the kingdom, we get the righteous side back. Then we're gonna be perfect judges because we're gonna know both sides. Yep. All right, so back to that.
This is Psalm 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily.
And then, you know, it's funny because they're bringing this stuff out in the open. This goes back to what, the late 70s, maybe early 80s. You know, so they're doing that, and they're saying they're laying the snares privily, but now they're at the point now where they're ready to extend their agenda to the world.
That's right.
So that's why they're putting it out in plain sight. They make movies about it. They actually sit down and put the stuff out in plain sight to the people, and most people don't know because they're not in tune with what's going on.
It's called hidden in plain sight.
There you go. You got it.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? And if I could say, on the stone over there, when they wrote who sponsored it, it just said a few good Americans, or a few Americans, a small group of Americans.
Which you know is the international bankers or the Fortune 500 families.
Yeah, should have said a few good devils.
Well, there's no such thing as good devils, but you know, a few bad devils.
Right.
And then they had a nerve to call it Christian.
Right.
You know?
RC Christian.
RC Christian.
Mr. Christian.
Yeah. I got a precept. All right, this is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. This is an unrighteous decree, man. Like the scripture say, he set before you what? Life and death. You have the option to choose. This is a prescription of death.
Yeah.
Right? That's not right. In the kingdom of heaven, we're not gonna be trying to reduce the population. The Lord gave the commandment to do what? Be fruitful and multiply. Yeah, not to cut down population, man. This earth was put here to hold life. That's what the earth is, to hold life. You know, there's not, you know, a point where the earth is going to get to where it's overcrowded.
Right, people falling off of.
Right. Yeah, you got livestock, you got animals, you got sea creatures, you got humans, birds, you got all kind of stuff. There's still a lot of room on the earth, man. You know, but they want to reduce population down to 500 million, not because the earth is crowded, because they want to control. All right, they want control. They want dominance, man.
Well, if I may add to what you're saying, with the guidestone, the second one right underneath it, it reads, "Guide reproduction wisely."
Right, that's what they want to do.
And who? Huh?
No, you got it.
And I'm gonna read it again. It says, "Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity." And who the hell are they to guide reproduction? All right. The scriptures is what guides us. We know that through the scriptures that a man, an Israelite man, can have sex with any woman he wants and bring forth seed if he chooses to. We know that an Israelite woman can't do so. Yeah. So we know that's the guidance. That's the only guidance we need right there.
According to whose wisdom?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's why the Lord said in Job. Somebody want to get it. He speaks about when he shall fill his belly. You know. Yeah, Job 20 chapter.
Oh, what you just mentioned in the second what you call it? Read it again. Because that's where you get that term eugenics from. Because they're trying to control the population of the earth through that, through that guise.
That through the improving fitness.
Right.
Because if I could, with the eugenics, I don't know if you got the article. They used to back in the day. Esau would have these farms, not these farms, these fairs.
You might as well call them farms.
Well, yeah, farms of the state fairs in different cities, and they would base babies off of how pretty were the blue eyes, how pretty was the blonde hair, and that's them creating their own line of people.
White supremacy.
White supremacy.
Because pretty much they're the ones that's determining what's good genes and what's bad genes. You know. But here it is. To them, the so-called white man is the good genes, and then we're supposed to be the bad genes. But every time they have a heart transplant or organ transplant, they always get it from Jake.
That's right.
You know? Why? Because they know Jake's organs and their metabolism and the way that they're set up and their DNA is much superior to them. So how can you say that your race is superior and you trying to set up yourself as being superior and you trying to set up your people as being the good genes when the better genes come from the darker people that you hate.
Yeah.
You crackers came from us.
Making them many Israelites.
I'm sorry, you Edomites. I'll say. I'll clean it up.
Nah, you good.
Like they get cut, I mean, hey, you know, they just have to go to the house with you.
Full-fledged camp.
They take it home.
I read the second one again for the camp. The second one is guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity.
If I can say something too, that's why mainly they want to implement that microchip. But that's going to be the best tool to track everybody, basically, and magnify their every action.
Right.
And that's why the main reason, you know, that Esau want to throw off this, basically, he want to blow up this Third World War. Because when he kill off majority of the people and he cleans up the population, he'll be able to track multiple individuals, you know?
Yep.
That's why the first commandment on the whole is, what it said, 500 million?
Yeah.
Maintain that population.
That's not a lot of people. It's 7 billion people that populates the world on the whole.
Yeah.
That's cutting down majority of countries.
It's like they're trying to cut off damn near 90% of the population.
Yeah. This article says that it's limiting the population of Earth to 500 million will require the extermination of 9/10 of the world's people.
That's 90%. 90%.
That's on point.
Right? And that's what Esau wants to do. He wants to dominate because he wants full power. He wants that omnipotency.
Right. He wants to be like the Most High.
Right. He wants to right like in Isaiah the 14th chapter. He wants to be like the Most High. Because if the so-called white man can get control over the population of the planet, how many people are born, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know, control the things in which they die, then he's basically a full power God at this point.
And if I could say something too, the main thing that shows that is the movie Elysium. When basically Esau was in the heavens and they basically had that technology. Yeah, that space technology was basically a utopian society where the bottom of it was basically a dystopian where everybody was in chaos and they was monitored and all they was doing is basically being under slavery. And who was the main ones that was basically fitting the blue collar work? The blacks and Latinos. Yeah. And it all fits these commandments because Esau thinks he's the Most High. Here it is, the Most High laid out a slab of commandments in Exodus the 20th chapter, written from Moses. Esau claims he believes in the so-called white man, but they set up their own statutes because they don't believe in the Most High. They want to change the ordinances and change the spirit and recreate the society and make them the white supremacists and the head of all nations.
I got a precept. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 4. Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he is as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
Right, showing himself that he is the power. Because Esau basically, since he's in a power seat, pursuing the Job 9 and 24, he basically recreates the whole world. Just like in the time of the Greeks, what did the Greeks do? They recreated the names, they recreated all nations. Now they turned the world Hellenistic, like the brother said, you know? And it's the same thing Esau's trying to do now. That's why they got a list of laws, and it all fits under that New World Order to have a common language, a common culture, you know?
One world.
That's why that chip, like you said, brother, that's why that chip is so pivotal in their plan. They want to be like God in a carnal way.
That chip is like the final. The chip is like the final nail in the coffin. Because like the brother was saying, if they can, you know, through GPS tracking, you know, controlling how you eat, how you live, you know, they can watch you, then that's them in their full power. Okay? And then too, and just like, you know, we always bring out on the back of the dollar, that annual corruptus, they want to achieve that that New World Order, that enterprise. That's what they want to complete. Okay, but the Most High is going to interrupt that crowning, so to speak, that final coronation. Right? That's why you're going to have Yahweh Shai, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, come and take them out. You know? I don't know if anybody's got a piece of it, but I got just one real quick.
Yeah, because just like they have an agenda, the Most High has an agenda, and that's what they trying to push to the world, this New Age movement, because they want to tell the people, since they don't believe in God, that the people shouldn't believe in God. What's the existence of Him? All you gotta do is look around. All you gotta do is look at the human body and the way that the human body is set up, and the immune system and all that. There's just on that alone, there's a higher power that created that.
Well, when Esau says maintain by nature, it really should say instead of nature, it says by the white man.
Yeah.
Right.
It really should just say white man right
Yeah.
there.
I will read this real quick. This Psalms 36:1. It says, the transgression of the wicked say within my heart that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. And that's these God stones being set up. That's him setting up his own rules, his own establishment, and his own order in the sight of the Most High. And really, that's a big FU to the Lord, man.
That's right.
You know, that's him establishing himself. Okay? It says, the words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He devises mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil.
Yeah, it says he devises mischief upon his beds, basically in secrecy.
Somebody go to Micah 2.
You know, here it is. We in Elberton County. This isn't an area that's mainly populated. It's a known area. We in the backwoods. You know, you wouldn't even expect that this plaque would be where it's located.
Right.
You know, it's not in a major city. It's not located in the base of Atlanta or any metropolitan area. You know, Elberton County. Nobody knows about this area. But that's how Esau works. Just like the Jekyll Island, which Lord willing we're going to go there soon also. That's another area that Esau set up his Federal Reserve Center, you know, for Federal Reserve notes. System. But he does it under the radar. You know, nobody's paying attention.
When they even established the Federal Reserve Act, I think it was a storm or something like that going on where it was around Christmas.
It was around Christmas
time when a lot of stuff was closed down.
The government was in secrecy.
Yeah, and even back then, those men that went down to Jekyll Island, they even still moved in secrecy by having the different servants and different assistants buy tickets in their names.
Yeah.
They still try to do all they could to keep themselves out of hiding. Even back then.
Well, just like this guy R.C. Christian, when you read the plaque over there,
pseudonym.
They say that it's not. They don't have much information about this guy.
Right.
Yeah, because they don't want much information about him.
Yeah, well they know. Well,
because if you're able to trace them, you're able to trace them back to the Fortune 500 families and the international bankers.
Yep.
No, because this is their agenda.
Before you bring that out, can I bring this out real quick? This is Luke 8:17. For nothing is secret, and they shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid, and that shall not be known and come abroad.
Yeah, and that's why you got the men of the Lord, the prophets out here prophesying right in front of this plaque. Because this is really an energy zone whether people see it or not. Yep. You know, this specific plaque, how Esau has it in a specific area. He got it structured to the different pillars in a specific languages and the cuts and the solar.
The highest point of this county.
Yep. The highest point, like the brother said, of the county. It's a real stronghold. But guess what? The Most High, through his power, got his men tearing down these strongholds.
That's how he does it in Bohemian Grove, too.
That's right.
Yep, same thing.
I got this in Micah 2. Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Yeah, see, this is a part of it, man. This is just a little part of them working evil upon their beds, man. When you put this, and you say that this is one of the laws that you want to try to accomplish, that's wickedness, man. All right. Reducing population down to 500 million, man. You don't have the power of the Heavenly Father to make that call. We don't have the power to make that call, man.
They don't give those issues up.
Okay,
man.
but the so-called like it speaks about in Isaiah the 14th, it said they desire to be like the Most High. All right, but ultimately, man, it's the Most High that's putting the spirit on them to want to be like Him, so that He's going to justify bringing them down. Same thing He did with Pharaoh. He hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he continued to challenge his power. He put the spirit on Pharaoh to go against him, man. So it's the same thing he's doing with the so-called white man. But it's just on a higher magnitude because they're gonna fall harder. This place is gonna fall, man. And this right here, this is not to you Edomites out here, this ain't gonna happen, man. Back up. Well, it's gonna be a decrease in population. But it's gonna be Yahweh Shema Shah when he send these nukes and the famines and all of that. Yeah, he gonna decrease the population. That's right. You know, with his power.
It's gonna be according to Yahweh Shema Shah.
Right. In righteousness. Go ahead, Kabash.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands.
Yeah, it's in the power of their hands. They have the power to direct these stones. All right. They got the power to do this, man. If Jake was to come out here and try to do this, they would shut it down, man. They would say you don't have a property tax to build on this land. But who owns this land, man?
bring out another one of the laws back here to tie into what we're talking about.
Go ahead.
I skipped down to the 7th law because the 7th law says to avoid petty laws and useless officials. And who you think Esau's speaking of? He's speaking about the laws of the Bible.
Yep.
And who are the officials of the Bible? The men, the Israelite men.
Right.
You gotta tell us one.
And that's how you know Esau even bypasses his own policies. The policies that Esau sets in America, they're not for the elites and the ones that rule. They defraud. They're basically they do loaning schemes. It's for the common man. Yep. But Esau basically, believing that he's the Most High, he thinks he's living above the law. He lives above the spirit of the Most High, where he can operate like a snake and do whatever he want to do and bypass the scriptures. You got some more on that?
Yeah, you can go back to that Michael.
I got Article 50.
Okay, come. Yeah, whatever brothers got, yeah, you can just roll them and fit them in.
This is from International Peace Info. One of the famous quotes of the central bankers elite is depopulationists thinks the Earth's population needs to be decreased by 80%. Learn how to protect yourselves from sterilization, mercury in vaccines, fluoride.
But all of that the brothers read from that article all goes back into the second law, which we read into, going into eugenics. Okay, the whole depopulation. That goes into they're choosing who the good genes are and who's the bad genes and who they deem the bad out there.
That's how you know we're dealing with the devil, man. All right, and who in their right man is going to want to feed the population? 80% of the population. Hey, even when you check out the Illuminati card game, they got a population card. All right, so this is all the schematics of the so-called white man, the international bank. These little peon crackers that come up and down and walk around. They don't know what's going on. They don't know. All right, you got to think too. It's more than 500. It's more than, and I'm gonna say this too. There's more than 500 million so-called white people on the face of the earth. So that means they want to clip some of them too. They want to kill off even their own selves. Like the scriptures say, if the Lord didn't shorten the days, all flesh, no flesh would be saved. So like you know, so that go to show you who we dealing with. We dealing with the water apostle. You know, we dealing with a very diabolical, sadistic force, man. We're not dealing with just some the dude off of Blue's Clues.
Right. Yeah.
Right. We dealing with a real diabolical force, man. For somebody to write this and put this up as a tourist attraction for people to come and check it out, and they have it in all different languages. They have it in 8 different languages. Right. All right, there's 8 different languages. You got Spanish, Swahili, Sanskrit, Russian, Aramaic, Russian, English, and Spanish.
Hey, now notice that since we've been here at least about a half hour. None but Edomites been coming out here. That's it. You know, you ain't got Jake coming out here checking this out. You know,
because it's not a stripper pole.
Right. Exactly.
I got a preset.
I mean, if you get a stripper to get around that big ass thing, she a big bitch.
This is Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
The rulers of the darkness of this world, this is one of their principalities, man.
It's a hidden agenda.
Yeah, it's a hidden agenda that the elite has set up. All right, through this guy called himself RC Christian.
Yeah.
Which he might not even have been the one to put this up.
No, he was set up.
Yeah.
Just like when America was set up, everybody thinks the presidents, they were all noble men that was set up here. You had a guy by the name of Haim Solomon that was a financier that paid them through the Rothschilds to set up this American situation that's going on. You know, so everything that's done is always done behind the scenes, whether it's the international bankers doing it, the Fortune 500 families, or the Jesuit orders, the apostolic succession, or the temporal powers. You know, because they have people behind the scenes that are actually manipulating what you see going on the earth.
Yeah, the financiers, like the Vatican holds a lot of that.
I got something real quick.
Isaiah 29?
Yeah. Okay. Isaiah 29:15. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?
I was going to say, it says seek deep. Just like you said before, you got to go deep in the basically the fucking nether realm to, you know, basically find this place, man. This isn't a common area. Because these elites and these rich billionaires, they find these specific areas, you know, basically to have those deep councils, you know. Just like the brother said, they do their sacrifices, they, you know, pray to their specific gods, you know. And the demons that they actually work with them actually tell them the ladies have these specific layouts. Whether it's here, whether it's in Texas, New York, DC, the Roman Catholic, these specific city states and different areas. You know,
and they lay everything out according to the stars too. That's why they have a saying called "as above, so below." You know, because the way they set things up, they have what they call ley lines, which are energy powers or energy
tap into that.
Right, to tap into that. Exactly, they're trying to tap into that wicked side of the tree.
Which the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So they and then, you know, they'll make jokes, you know, about it. They'll make funny movies about it, comedies. But it's actuality. It's actual. It's something that's actually happening. The movie The Golden Child. You know, towards the end, you know, he was chanting. He had he wanted to get that knife or that whatever dagger, you know, to pray to Satan. And at the end, he actually conjured Satan up. And that's what they're doing. They're conjuring these demons up because that's what's running the society. Them demons, and they're trying to keep it going, but they can't. You have something to say, Reup?
I was gonna say when it said how they hide in deep, and it's not a public place where they in California where they all get together and do they you can't just go there, you know.
It's in the middle of
they do. They practice all kind of satanic rituals, satanic practices, and this is all, man. When you look at the layout of America from state to state, they have satanic points of energy points where they transfer it to another point, and they transfer it all throughout. Everything is about energy. It's literally that's why the Lord has churches set up all throughout the world, just as Esau has his wicked symbolism and things like that set up,
which are witch covens. The witch covens.
Right hand altars, like in Isaiah 19 chapter, the altars. You got them left hand altars.
This is a left hand altar.
I got you. This is Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. You know, and this is an enchantment. The way that America was set up is an enchantment. You know, the Freemasons and witches, they all set this place up because the New World Order is not based on righteousness and morality and achieving the level of the Most High. It's all set up on the left hand side to achieve the goals of Satan. But they're not going to tell you that straight out, because even Shakespeare said that. You know, he said the Prince of Darkness will come to you as a gentleman. You know, Apostle Gabar always quotes that. You know, the scriptures tell you that that Satan shall come as an angel of light, and be marvel not. Matter of fact, get that, marvel not if his ministers come as angels of light. You know, that's 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Because what does it say in the Apocrypha? The knowledge of wisdom is not knowledge. That's not really knowledge. That's just the left-hand side of the tree, which got Adam and Eve in trouble.
It's all deceit.
It's all deceit.
All the left-hand side gains power through deceit.
That's it.
That's how the left-hand side gets power.
And that's why it's called the left-hand side.
Yep, this is deception. That's why, like the brothers keep saying, that's why it's in a secluded place. All right? This is deception. That's how they gain power, through deception. When they came over to the shores of America, to the Native Americans, they came in the name of what? Peace. All right? They on a Christian missionary. But meanwhile, they slaughtered the Native Americans. These are facts. You can't get mad at the truth. You know, if you get mad at the truth, you're just a part of the problem. Okay? So the Lord set up the men of the Lord, starting with the apostles, to come out here and expose this. That's why we are here. to expose the darkness and the secrets of the so-called white man.
That's right.
That's why brothers go to these museums. That's why the apostles go to do these on location at Yale, all right, and these different universities. Brothers bring out key information about things that the population may not know about, because we are here to break down the deception. Because the power of the so-called white man was gained through deception.
That's right.
All right, that's how the left-hand side works. It's same thing with the scriptures. When the so-called white, you see a so-called white man, a pastor or a preacher, not to go too far off topic, but if you see a pastor or a preacher, so-called white man, and he may know the scriptures, he's using it as deception. We know the same scriptures, but we using it for what? Edification. You see, we swinging the sword properly. All right, they not properly trained to swing it, so it leads to deception.
I got something real quick. Ecclesiastes 10:4. I'm 10:2. A wise man's heart is at the right hand, but a fool's heart is at his left.
See, and this is a foolish prescription, man. This is a foolish prescription. All right, this is foolishness. All right, reduce population to 500 million. That's more than the whole country of America. Right. It's only what 300 plus billion.
Yeah.
300, 400.
So you want to wipe out everybody in America? That don't even make sense.
He's willing to fucking destroy his own self.
Well, Esau's doing that now. That's why a majority of the lakes in America, and hell, throughout the whole world, you can't consume the water from it. Majority of the food is poison, is laced with, it's basically GMOs. We really living off a form of artificial life at this point now, right? Because of what Esau's pumping out. He's actually trying to kill the world and kill the people and damn near kill himself just to receive this new world order to live forever.
That's right.
I got a precept. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 18. The wicked worketh the deceitful work.
See, the wicked worketh the deceitful work. That's how they gain control, man. From the time during the Renaissance, they came out with deception. All right, when they invaded Turkey, Ottoman Turks. All right, and you start seeing the Edomites posing, acting like they were the sultans. They was where they took over. They came and invaded the Arabs, and now you see them with the big sultan hats, and they posing like the sultans. Now you got the Ottoman Turks, which is nothing but Edomites that intermingled with Ishmael.
Yeah, and when you go to England, you have what's called the barristers, which were the judges. That's why they wear them white woolly wigs, because that was Jakes. And they were older Jakes, and that's why they had the white woolly wig with braids and all that. So they set themselves up. They can't play the part unless they look like the people, as far as dressing. The beef eaters. The beef eaters with the soldiers, that's why they have them big black hats, which represent the big black afros back in the days, because when Jake was young, they were the soldiers.
Just like, if I could add too, just how you see, these Edomites posing as the popes. The ancient popes were Israelites. All right, you see them posing as they the Jews, and they trying to adopt, because it's all deception. It's all deception. When you understand history and you understand how things evolve over a process of time, you will see the level of deception that they use to gain power. All right, they have to use deception to gain power. That's how wickedness came in the earth, through deception with the serpent. All right,
and then tell you in Revelation that old serpent, the devil.
Which is in Satan. That's it.
Because like the brother was saying, we're going into deception. Because they tapped into their power, which is Satan. When you go and say that spiritual demon Satan, the word demon goes back to intelligence. The word Satan goes back to adversary. So this is an intelligent adversary. No wonder they're deceitful.
Hey, the scriptures tell, we read it, we didn't read it, but it was Genesis 3:1. It said that the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Because they're more intelligent, and the scripture, matter of fact, somebody get that, and somebody get Ezekiel 28, and what is that, 4? And just before we go into anything else, let's hit those 2 points real quick.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Most High Power had made.
Right, so the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Most High Power had made. They were the smartest back then, because why? They knew wickedness. but the wickedness hadn't been put on the earth yet until he deceived Eve, and Eve was the first one that actually committed the sin, and then she brought it to Adam, and Adam committed sin, and then that's where we at right now in this fucked up situation. You know, now